Before we move to the short panel we're going to have on public outreach, we have one request for public testimony. Ryan Hamill. Ryan has to leave before 7. So, Ryan, would you come? Thank you.
Sorry, I wasn't going to say anything today. I just wanted to come. Just be a part of the meeting. I just wanted to say, if I heard some kind of signal, like an audio, I think that would have made us more aware. Because you can't be aware of something if you don't know it's there. And if that audio was there, not to say that it would have made us aware, but it could have made us more aware that the bus was there. And also, who's not to say that the bus driver would have, announced that movement she was going to make if it was displayed audio to the public. It's like, yeah, I'm turning left. I'm going to make an illegal left turn. She might not have even wanted to announce that to the rest of the public, and maybe that would have changed her course. Instead of just wanting to go on with her route. So, I just believe that if there was some kind of audio, we might have been more aware, and I might not be here today. And that's all I have to say.
Ryan, thank you.
Thanks.
Jimmy now can leave. Pam and Chris, third agenda item, our outreach on safety various programs.
Thank you, Josh, for being our remote. Hello, my name is Chris Novotny. Can you all hear me? Yes. Okay, great. I'm a Community Relations Manager for TriMet's Capital Project Division. I appreciate this opportunity to talk with you about our safety outreach campaigns when we open new rail lines. These campaigns are a joint effort between TriMet's Capital Projects Division and our marketing departments, as well as our jurisdictional partners, Operation Lifesaver, and community groups. I'll talk with you about what we do when we open new lines, and then Pam, who's our marketing director, will talk with you about our ongoing efforts. In capital projects, we talk about, and we think about safety as a three-legged stool. There's engineering, there's education, and enforcement. From the very beginning of design, we engineer safety into the projects. We work with our jurisdictional partners to enforce rail safety laws, such as no trespassing and crossing safety, and education, which is going to be our focus today. Over the past 2 years, we've opened 2 new light rail and commuter rail lines. Introducing a new rail service safely into a community requires a coordinated approach to safety education and outreach. It begins with an understanding of the challenges and the opportunities which are unique to the new rail environment, be it in downtown Portland, Tigard, or Clackamas. The key to a successful outreach campaign is assessing the risks inherent in this new environment and identifying the potential risky behaviors in high-risk groups. We do this in part by working with our jurisdictional partners, including the police, school districts, park and recreation districts, as well as community stakeholders like the Boys and Girls Group, social service agencies, as well as groups that work with high-risk teenage offenders like the DARE and GREAT organizations. We work with our limited English proficiency speakers and coordinators to make certain that we're communicating effectively with the entire community. Our safety outreach messages and techniques are tested and refined using focus groups. As an example, on the West Line, working with Operation Lifesaver and our partners, we identified teenage boys who are one of our highest risk groups, specifically for trespassing and disregarding crossing gates and warnings. We worked with a local expert on teenage boys to develop effective outreach techniques and further honed our messages by holding focus groups with 200 plus students, high school and middle school students. Capital projects and marketing staff work closely on these messages, tools, and techniques. These messages are then integrated into further marketing efforts. I'll briefly talk with you about the highlights of the West Safety Campaign and the Max Green Line campaign. Well, I guess we'll go back one. Stay with West. Yeah. Stay with West until we get to the Green Line. How's that? The West Line opened in February of 2009. With the addition of the West trains, the corridor experienced 32 additional trains each day. These trains traveled faster and were quieter than the trains the residents were used to having. With these environmental changes in mind, in February of 2008, TriMet launched a comprehensive safety outreach effort with our jurisdictional partners and Operation Lifesaver, as well as Portland and Western Railroad. The campaign focused on freight rail and heavy rail safety for vehicles and pedestrians, emphasizing grade crossing safety and the dangers of trespassing. The campaign targeted teenagers, our middle and high school students, all drivers, certainly new drivers as well as professional drivers, as well as cyclists and trespassers. Through January 2009, outreach staff reached more than 50,000 Washington County and Wilsonville individuals. The campaign focused on getting information to the schools. Safety information was sent to 91 schools within a 2-mile radius of the West Line. More than 40 schools took advantage of our extensive safety outreach education for their students and families by hosting presentations. We reached over 16,500 students with safety-related messages. We distributed back-to-school flyers to about 12,000 households. We partnered with the schools to place ads as well as stories in their school newspapers and their sports programs. And in fact, we placed banners at a lot of the sporting events. So if you go out there today, you'll still see your West Safety banners. We worked with leadership classes in the high school who helped us hone the messages and get their messages out to their peers. And we made safety presentations for school camps for high-risk teenagers, like the GREAT camps and the DARE camps, as well as made presentations to free lunch programs in the park. Among a host of other outreach activities, we messaged safety by creating a West Safety video. It's available online and was shown to a variety of communities. We posted a West Safety billboard reminding people about crossing safety on Highway 217. We gave presentations to professional drivers, including school bus operators, TriMet drivers, first responders, as well as a host of private businesses. And we worked with first responder agencies to help us get that message out. The results, to date, we have not had any serious injury or incidents along this alignment. We'll go to the Green Line. The Green Line opened in September 2009. As you know, it's an 8.3-mile extension. It expands Line Road to Clackamas County and connects Max to Portland State University, which is the #1 destination for the region's transit system. For the first time in downtown Portland Mall history, motorists, cyclists share 5th and 6th Avenues with buses and light rail trains. The objective of the safety outreach campaign was to alert people about the changes to the environment, to educate people on how to operate safely around the MAX trains, and to encourage safe behavior in and around the new lines. From December 2008 to September 2009, more than 98,000 contact points were made through direct outreach components. Additionally, thousands of others were reached through advertising, media coverage, radio and TV campaigns, and through TriMet.org. To reinforce safety messages, target audiences were reached through a variety of efforts. Events such as Breakfast on the Bridge, which targeted the cycling community, Mall Safety Awareness Week, which both looked at the cyclists, the pedestrians, as well as the drivers, the Clackamas Roadway Safety Fair, and other school events. We did direct mailings, sent out postcards to businesses and households around the new line, and we distributed more than 500 mailings to delivery, maintenance, taxi businesses, and bike messengers along the MAX line. We gave presentations to community groups. We did safety ads on mainstream and in community newspapers. And we produced a lot of safety collateral and handed them out to businesses, schools, and agencies on or near the Green Line. Examples of these were, we had coffee sleeves that had safety messages on them that the coffee purveyors in downtown Portland gave out to their patrons. We had safety flyers, handbills, and with coasters with safety messages that were given out to restaurants and bars. Additionally, TriMet partnered with our law enforcement agencies to reinforce messaging regarding traffic changes and transit lane restrictions on the mall through targeted enforcement activities. Warnings and citations were given to violators.